I'm Eswari Gunasagar, and right now I'm at the heart of Singapore's business district, Raffles Place. Okay, when you talk about good career paths, people naturally think about coding, big data and such. What about a traditional field like accounting? Do people think it's outdated? Oh wait, do people even know what accounting is all about? Well, let's find out. Let's go. What comes to your mind when I say accounting?
Accounting is dealing with some numbers and figures on a book.
I don't think so. I think that there's a bit more to it. It's like there are a lot of trends analysis in terms of looking at the number patterns, maybe a bit more on getting financial data as well.
Certain stigma, yeah, they're probably more traditional, tend to follow the book, but they are professionals.
Okay, so tell me, how important do you think accountants are to an organization?
I would say very important because they serve like a financial advisor.
Important business function.
She knows her words. Why do you say that?
Because every business is built on numbers.
And then you play a very big role in making business decisions, like making strategic business decisions.
Accountancy is actually balancing the checkbooks, right? So if the checkbooks are not properly balanced or things go wrong with the numbers, then a company could even shut down.
Do you think you need to be good at maths to know accounting?
I mean, that's basic. It's basic for for accountants to have that knowledge. Yeah, definitely.
But do you think it's 100% must?
No, you need some language and literacy as well.
That is
Yeah, they need to be numerate, but at the same time, I think they also need to have great soft skills.
No, I know a few accountants that are actually quite bad at mental sums.
It's not so much about just the analysis or the data, it's also about how you convey it and how you hit on the key points quickly.
Okay, now that in this whole digital era, artificial intelligence, AI is taking over. Do you think accountants are still relevant?
I would say there's still a manual part of accounting that is still relevant. So accountants will never be out of trend, to be honest, because they are really vital.
So do you think accounting is still relevant?
Yeah, of course lah. AI is smart, but humans are
Smarter?
smarter. Yeah,
You
of
sure?
course. Yeah, because humans, when we make decisions, there's a lot of things that play a role, like external factors. For example, what is the global economic situation? Maybe the company should take an approach in a more sustainable, more economical approach. That's things AI cannot do. AI just look at numbers and then come out with money. No emotion.
For a lot part of the accounting in our companies, a lot of elements are done manually. So invoices can be automated, but in terms of bookkeeping, we have to manually input them as well. So
and I'm sure the soft skills come in play as well, right? Because you have to convey the analysis and talking to the employees about the numbers and all that kind of stuff, right?
So at the end of the day, I can go to my accounts department. So how are the numbers this month? So I can list.
Okay, there's this perception, people think that accountants are actually boring people. Do you agree with that?
It's a common stereotype.
Why do you think so?
Because it's about numbers, and then most people think oh, numbers are so boring, that it's just 1 to 10.
That's harsh actually. I guess maybe in terms of formal wear, you can add splashes of colors to it. It's all about how stylish you are as a person, isn't it? Not exactly what you're meant to wear.
No, they're not. They're very important people.
Okay, how
For
about
the company?
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, because a lot of people have this perception that accountants are actually boring people because they only deal with numbers.
Okay, that's the nature of the job. But as a person, I mean, they are people, right? So as a person, they are fine, they are okay. It's only when they are focused on their job, probably, yeah.
Some people think they're boring. Do you agree with that?
Accountant, yes, some of them actually, I don't want to describe them as boring, but they're very, very...
Boring. Is that what you're... Prim and proper?
A little bit restrained.
I would say 90% of my friends are from accounting. So if I say that, they will be quite pissed off.
Okay, so I think he's playing the same, but I'm sure they're not boring people, right?
Cool friends.
So accountants boring people?
Actually, no,
You don't want to say yes because your friends will be watching this, right?
Exactly. And I would say I'm not a boring person, but I'll leave Anu for the rest of the question.
Actually, so Tiffany studied accounting.
and she's one of the most fun persons I have met.
So you see, accountants are not boring people, even
And
though...
in fact, I have a lot of co-workers who studied accountancy, and they are like the most fun people, nicest people to be around. They have a very structured way of doing things, which I truly appreciate, but they know how to have fun. You just need to buy them some drinks.
Okay, I'm not supposed to promote that, but yeah, why not drinks, right?
I mean, just on a more serious note, accountants are very important people because they allow you to track how you are doing and keep companies honest.
Yes.
And what you can't measure, you can't manage.
Correct.
So they help you to measure.
Yes.
And do so in an honest way.
Correct. I think a lot of people have this perception that accountants just handle numbers, but it's actually more than that. It's about collecting data, analyzing the data, and that data is very important to any organization.
Without accounting, the business wouldn't run because it is really what makes part of the business. Because business has a lot of elements to it, and accounting plays a big part in it as well. So, yeah, myself, I have a finance background. So my degree is actually in banking and finance.
Nice.
So although it's a little bit different from what I'm doing now, but a big part of it actually allows me to run the company more efficiently. So at least I know the numbers and I know what I'm looking at the end of the day to keep the company alive.
Would you ever consider a career in accountancy?
I think it requires like a lot of very structured thinking.
That's true. That's
so I'm someone who still needs a bit more creativity.
I chose to do the computing science as my major because that's more interesting. Accountant need patience and you need to keep on focusing something, working on a book on numbers.
Okay.
Why not? I mean, if the environment is like a great environment and the culture is good, because I'm pretty comfortable with numbers. But I think in my current role, I don't handle numbers that much. But I do appreciate the fact that my background is accountancy, so I tend to look at things in a more methodological, structural way. So I think that's pretty important.
Have you heard of ACCA?
Is it some kind of certification?
Accountant Chartered Association.
Yes, of course, yeah.
Okay, do you all know what it stands for?
Accredited. Okay, is it correct? The first word?
To be honest, right? I also don't know.
I used to know, but now I just call it ACCA. It sounds very cool.
I say ACCA actually.
Yeah.
But we will find out soon. Do you know what ACCA is?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, now that's not the question. What does ACCA stand for?
Okay, it's the Accountant of Chartered Certified Association of Chartered Certified Accountants.
How you know this?
If I'm not wrong, ACCA is an accounting body that actually certifies people who want to be accountants.
So what does ACCA do?
No, it just basically provides a course for anybody without a accounting degree to take up a role in accounting.
So that means if you're not a finance professional, if you're a lawyer or a business admin or basically actor, actress, you want to do accounting, you can always join ACCA.
Yeah, anybody is like a bridging course.
Alright, so we asked some people what accounting is all about and what it's certainly not about. If you're like me, you did not expect the accounting field to be so much fun, exciting and versatile. Remember, professional accountants with the right skills and knowledge, the rewards grow day by day. They play such a vital role because you can only change things when you have the power to measure. And professional accountants are experts at this. They have the power to drive change in creating a better world, be it through creating healthier companies or a more sustainable development. If you want to make a difference too, learn more about ACCA today.